then we end with that. So, so.
Okay.
So, hello, here we are at the University of Tokyo with Professor Takeshi Ikegami to do this interview for the Foundation for Interdisciplinary Development of Science, Technology and the Arts in Chile. So thank you for giving us this time, Professor Ikegami. And could you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes. So I'm a professor here teaching physics to fresh students, but my major research field is complex systems in general, and particularly artificial life studies.
Very interesting. Could you please tell us a little bit what are complex systems, what is the relation to artificial life, and whether that you consider it is an interdisciplinary research field or scientific field?
Okay, so I think first of all, the complex system science is understanding of something by making it. Before computer comes in, we have to write down equations to solve it, theories to do. But now we have a computer that we can also do experiments and discover something, and also even design the system and run the system in the computer. So we can be an engineer and an experimentalist and many things. Right? That's our era. Right?
So it's in a way a little bit interdisciplinary already just by construction.
I think so. Yeah, you can be philosopher by investigating into the internet and talking to people, listening to other philosophers' lecture, and you can bring it to your own research.
And the artificial life specifically?
Yeah, artificial life is something that usually AI and our current technology is to maximize the efficiency of technology, right? If you you see the birds, how the birds flying, you can make an airplane that is effectively, efficiently flying in the air, right?
Yeah.
So that's what AI and our technology is doing. But artificial life is observing the birds and making a bird, right? So if you're making a bird like airplane, so we don't know when he flies. It's so stupid, right? We have to wait without knowing when he can fly, right? And sometimes maybe the bird like airplane will come back to the original airport because he got hungry, he got tired, right? So it's people might think that this is unreliable. However, I think airplane sometimes crashes, but birds barely crashes because he knows when to fly, when he got tired, and when he's safe, right?
Yeah.
So the homeostasis for birds is the first principle that drives him when to fly and when to rest. So I think that's what artificial life, for example, try to do. Different types of technology that we can extract from observing by living systems, and that's what artificial life is trying to do.
The science of life,
Science
living
of life.
systems
Yes.
with a complex lens.
Right. Right.
Yeah, very nice. Well, moving to another topic, because we talk about science, complex systems, but one of the reasons why we were so interested to interviewing you is because on top of being an achieved physics professor, important figure in the A-Life community, and also like well-informed in philosophy and so on, you are also an artist. So I would like you to tell us a little bit about your art, or what drive you to start doing having a parallel aside artistic career.
Okay, so first of all, I think it's not the field like arts or physics or philosophy determines what people are doing, right? So when you're collaborating with somebody, the important thing is whether he is working for philosophy or humanity or science, but what this guy is. So it's more like person-to-person relationship rather than institute versus institute or your research field versus research field. So in my case, that I didn't have any intention to do arts by myself, but several times I came to know a very interesting artist, like over 20 years ago. First one was Carsten Nicolai. It's Anotto Carsten from Eastern Germany. And one day he came to my office and said he read my article in New York in bookstore. He got so much interested in how the noise amplifies evolutionary processes, right? So that he wanted to discuss that, because he thinks that the role of noise is something that he thinks role of noise in his music. So that he really wanted to discuss that. Then he gave me his new album, right? It was a CD, right? Then I played, but then it was like. And then I thought, hey, Carsten, this is broken. And he said, no, it's not broken. That's the noise music, right? That's the first time that I came to know that there is a noise music that exists, right? Then there's a Keiichiro Shibuya, that he is now became so famous in making Android opera in Paris Châtelet this year, and also did many things like a movie music, film music that he made, composes. But also 20 years ago, I met him in one of the open laboratory in Sony Computer Science. Then we started to talk with each other, right? And he knew Carsten Nicolai, and I came to know that Carsten was doing something interesting, and I started to discuss him whether we can. So I really like his way of discussing his own ideas, and then the way that he is very interested in science, and he really want to understand what the complex system is, and then he wants to collaborate with me. So for the very first time that I thought maybe I can do something with him, so that using all my programs in my computer, I generated sound files with noise. Then he combined them together to make music out of it, right? So it's not a note on the score that we should make music, but the sound files, generated from my strange programs can be the element of sound. So that he composed the music. That's what everything has started. So since then, that I made some system, which one is called mind time machine. The machine, whether the machine can have a consciousness or not, that I wanted to understand. So I made a machine with a huge memory and a bunch of sensors, and that machine has been, running semi-outside of museum for like 4 months, 5 months, from spring to summer. So different time scales input is coming into the machine. So that I thought maybe this machine can be conscious. Well, I made a machine, which is it's a first thing that I made with Keiichiro, that Taylor quit flow. So it's a two cylinder with a little bit different radius. So in the gap that we put the water, so the inner cylinder rotates, also the outer cylinder can rotate, but this time inner cylinder also rotates, and water is slowly making a pattern, wavy patterns. So we put the aluminum inside in the water and put the light from the ceiling, so that once the water is making a pattern that you can visualize those patterns. Then gradually we increase the rotation speed of the cylinder. Then the numbers of the wave lines is increasing, and it became chaos. So we use a CCD camera to take this pattern from outside, putting into my evolutionary algorithm, then created the music out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that also this sound music, sound files, and I put the three-dimensional sound space, and then we can control the sound sources in a software, so that even though there is only 24 speakers in the real space, and then put in a cylinder way, right? And then size is about 10 meters on 10 meters. Then the sound sources is moving around in the space, so that you can make a sound membrane, and it's gradually, standing upwards. So it's the perceptually that you can perceive sound as a particle, sound as a membrane, sound as something different from the waves and frequency.
Yeah.
So I thought it was quite interesting. Then I got really interested in this designing space and time with some artificial processes. Yes.
So then clearly your passion or your passion for art is also driven by science, by the very notions of complex systems and the interaction.
Right.
So it will be more like an art scientist, which is a sort of new notion coming. Yeah, very interesting. At the foundation we have also some art science people involved, and I guess they will be interested to maybe ask you questions later after this.
That's very nice.
In autopoiesis specifically, I'm sure someone at least will come out. Yeah, and then like to finish a little bit this short interview, we believe, or we try to claim in the foundation, that collaboration is extremely important for the future. So, as you said, collaborations don't really happen because we are a discipline, but socially we are typically programmed to see people as disciplines, and also disciplines create languages. So different languages kind of isolate or a Babel tower like the dynamics of society, because it's not the same like a lawyer and a live person will probably not speak the same language, so there are communication barriers. So what is your take on the future of society and this need for collaboration that drives passions like yours and like this artist and like the many other people? So and how can we like go one step further in this collaboration among disciplines, let's say, but more than that, as I was saying.
Transdiscipline.
Transdiscipline.
Yeah, I think kind of my policy is that once you are doing something very interesting and some original and unique thing, then the people doing interesting and original thing is come close to you, come approaching you, right? And then say, hey, let's discuss and let's talk something fun, something interesting. So that's the way that I've been sort of doing arts and science. Last few decades, yes.
Improve your own mass, kind of gravity.
Sort of. So I think that's the way that the people come to know each other. And then start collaboration.
Well, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thanks. This was Takeshi Ikegami. Big interview. Bye bye.
Was it okay?
Perfect.